He lurks in the shadows, an enigma wrapped in darkness, a whisper, a chill in the air, a fleeting glimpse of a figure that seems almost otherworldly. Could he be real? The thought sends shivers down your spine, making you question the boundaries between reality and fiction. Batman the Dark Knight, a figment of comic book fantasy, or is he? The line between myth and reality blurs in the dead of night. What if he walked among us? A chilling thought, but one that resonates deeply with our collective consciousness. We live in a world teetering on the edge of chaos, where the pace of life is relentless and unforgiving. Crime festers in the shadows. Corruption thrives in the dark corners where the light of justice seldom reaches. The line between right and wrong blurs, creating a moral grey area that is difficult to navigate. Our cities, concrete jungles teeming with life, also hide a darker side, a side that is often overlooked. Poverty, violence, and despair lurk beneath the glittering facade, hidden in plain sight. It's easy to imagine a Gotham in our world, a city where the shadows hold secrets and the night is fraught with danger. Look around. The signs are there, etched into the very fabric of our urban landscapes. The decay, the desperation, the feeling of unease that permeates the air. Perhaps we already live in Gotham, we just haven't realized it yet, blinded by the illusion of normalcy. The allure of Batman lies in our desire for justice, for a hero who can stand against the tide of corruption and crime, for someone to fight for those who can't fight for themselves, to be a beacon of resilience in a world that often feels insurmountable. He represents determination in a world that often feels overwhelming, a symbol of resilience and strength. A symbol that even in the darkest night, a dawn will come, bringing with it the promise of a new beginning. The possibility, however remote, that Batman could be real is a comfort, a fantasy that ignites our creativity. It fuels our imaginations, our longing for a protector, someone who can stand against the darkness. But the reality of a Batman in our world is a double-edged sword, fraught with complexities and moral dilemmas. Would his presence deter crime or breed more chaos? Would the sight of a vigilante inspire fear or hope? Would we welcome a vigilante who operates outside the law, or would we fear the precedent it sets? These questions linger as we delve deeper into the possibility of Batman's existence in our world, a world already grappling with its own inner turmoil. His presence, a beacon of resilience, could also be a harbinger of something more complex, a reflection of our own struggles. A world grappling with the consequences of its own creation, where the lines between hero and villain are often blurred. Bruce Wayne, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, a facade meticulously crafted, hiding a secret identity, the man behind the mask. This duality is at the core of Batman's existence. In our world, such a double life would be fraught with challenges. Maintaining the illusion of Bruce Wayne while operating as Batman would require extraordinary resources and cunning. The media would scrutinize his every move. Social media would explode with speculation. Every late-night absence, every unexplained injury would fuel the rumor mill. Maintaining the secrecy of his identity would be a constant battle. One slip-up could shatter the illusion, putting himself and those he cares about at risk. Then there's the impact on Wayne Enterprises. Could a company headed by a man leading a double life thrive? The board of directors, the shareholders, wouldn't tolerate such a risk. The scrutiny would be relentless. Every decision, every investment would be questioned. Maintaining control of his company while fighting crime would be a Herculean task. Yet Bruce Wayne's wealth and influence could be powerful tools. Funding social programs, investing in underprivileged communities, tackling the root causes of crime. These actions could have a far-reaching impact, perhaps even more so than donning the cowl. It begs the question, would Batman need to exist if Bruce Wayne fully embraced his role as a force for good? Batman doesn't fight alone. He has allies, each with their own unique skills and motivations. The Bat family, a group bound by loyalty and a shared mission. In the real world, their existence would be just as complex and fraught with danger. Robin the Boy Wonder raises immediate concerns. Child endangerment laws would make it impossible for a minor to operate as a vigilante. The public outcry would be deafening. Then there's Batgirl, a skilled fighter and hacker. Her technological expertise would be invaluable in today's digital age, but she too would face the same risks and scrutiny as Batman. Her secret identity would be a constant vulnerability. the possibility of being unmasked and facing legal repercussions always looming. Nightwing, the former Robin, operates with more independence. His acrobatic skills and combat prowess would make him a formidable force. However, his methods, often bordering on brutality, would raise eyebrows. The line between vigilante justice and excessive force is thin. His actions could easily be misconstrued, leading to public backlash. And then there's Red Hood, the wildcard. A former Robin resurrected, he operates with a ruthlessness that sets him apart. His methods, often violent and unpredictable, would be impossible to justify in the real world. His presence would challenge the very foundation of the Bat family's moral code. Could Batman condone such methods even in the name of justice? Gotham's underworld is a rogues gallery of eccentric and dangerous villains, each with their own unique brand of madness. In the real world, their crimes would be met with the full force of the law. The Joker, a homicidal clown driven by chaos, would be a nightmare for law enforcement. His unpredictable nature, coupled with his penchant for elaborate schemes, would make him nearly impossible to apprehend. Two-Face, a former district attorney obsessed with duality, would exploit the legal system. His every action dictated by the flip of a coin, creating a chaotic and unpredictable threat. The justice system, built on order and precedent, would be ill-equipped to handle such irrationality. The Penguin, a deformed crime lord with a penchant for umbrellas, would thrive in the world of organized crime. His connections to corrupt officials and black market dealings would make him difficult to prosecute. The lines between legitimate business and criminal enterprise are often blurred, making it challenging to bring down figures like him. Poison Ivy, an eco-terrorist with the power to control plants, would represent a unique challenge. Her crimes, often motivated by environmental concerns, would resonate with some. However, her methods, often endangering human life, would make her a serious threat. The debate between environmentalism and the protection of human life would become a focal point. Batman's arsenal is a testament to his technological prowess. From the Batmobile to the Batarangs, his gadgets are iconic. But how practical would they be in the real world? The Batmobile, a sleek and heavily armed vehicle, would be impractical for navigating city streets. Its size and firepower would cause more harm than good. The Batsuit, while providing protection, would be cumbersome and limit mobility. The cape, while iconic, would be a liability in a real-world confrontation. It would offer no real protection and could easily be used against him. The reality of hand-to-hand combat is far less glamorous than its cinematic counterpart. The grappling hook, a staple of Batman's arsenal, would be constrained by physics. The weight and force required to propel a human being upwards would be impractical and unreliable in real-world settings. The laws of gravity apply to even the most skilled vigilante. Batman's gadgets, while visually impressive, are ultimately fantasies, products of a comic book world where the laws of physics and the limitations of technology are flexible. In the real world, practicality and efficiency would dictate the tools of a crime fighter. The idea of a vigilante operating outside the law is a contentious one. Batman, with his no-kill rule and unwavering moral code, presents a more palatable version. But the question remains, would we accept such a figure in our world? The legal implications are undeniable. Vigilantism undermines the very fabric of a society built on laws. It sets a dangerous precedent, one where individuals take justice into their own hands. The ethical dilemma is equally complex. Can one man, even with noble intentions, be judge, jury, and executioner? Where do we draw the line? Who watches the watchman? Batman's actions, though well-intentioned, could easily cross the line into vigilantism. The psychological impact on society cannot be ignored. The presence of a figure like Batman could inspire fear rather than hope. It could create a climate of paranoia and distrust in established institutions. The very systems meant to protect us could be viewed as inadequate, leading to a breakdown of societal order. The reality is, a Batman in our world would be a double-edged sword, a symbol of hope, but also a harbinger of chaos. He would challenge our perceptions of justice, ethics, and the role of the individual in society. Ultimately, the question of whether we need a Batman is one we must each answer for ourselves. The Joker is not just Batman's arch-nemesis, he is the ultimate counterpoint to everything Batman stands for. Their relationship is a psychological battlefield, a complex dance of chaos and order, sanity and madness. The Joker thrives on anarchy, seeking to dismantle Gotham City's fragile social fabric. He challenges Batman not just physically but mentally and morally. Every encounter between them is a test of wills, a clash of ideologies. Batman's unwavering commitment to his no-kill rule is put to the ultimate test by the Joker's heinous acts. The Clown Prince of Crime pushes Batman to the brink, forcing him to confront his deepest fears and darkest impulses. The Joker's actions are designed to provoke, to incite Batman into breaking his code. Yet Batman's restraint is both his strength and his curse. It keeps him grounded in his moral convictions, but also leaves Gotham vulnerable to the Joker's next atrocity. The impact of their battles on Gotham is profound. The city becomes a stage for their psychological warfare, with its citizens caught in the crossfire. The Joker's reign of terror creates an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty, undermining trust in the very institutions meant to protect the populace. Each confrontation leaves scars, both visible and invisible, on the city and its inhabitants. The moral dilemmas that arise from their conflict are staggering. Is it justifiable for Batman to adhere to his principles when it allows the Joker to continue his rampage? Would Gotham be safer if Batman crossed that line? These are questions that haunt not only Batman but also the citizens of Gotham who rely on him for protection. The Joker's existence forces Batman to constantly reevaluate his mission and his methods, making their relationship one of the most intricate and enduring in comic book history. In the end, Batman and the Joker are two sides of the same coin, locked in an eternal struggle. Their psychological battles and moral dilemmas define them, shaping the very essence of Gotham City. As long as one exists, so too will the other, each pushing the boundaries of what is possible, acceptable, and ultimately human. The question remains, can there ever be a resolution to this eternal dance? Or is it the very conflict that gives Batman his purpose and the Joker his joy? In Gotham, where shadows loom large and the line between hero and villain blurs, the answer may never be clear.